Hi there, this is Solitude Ronan from Solitude Ronan Films, and welcome to another episode of Ronan Nazarene Talks with co host Nazarene Prod.
Hello.
And we're joined by pretty much another co host. It's Plebeian Monstrosity. You may know him as Vulgarian Troglodyte, and who knows, he might change his name again before the
Midstream.
end of the programme. And today we're going to do a topic that I came up with, but I'm kind of regretting already. It's films that have great casts, but it didn't necessarily translate into a great film. So we've all got our choices. We haven't seen our choices, so it's just
You've
really
seen
a
Mines.
discussion.
You've seen Mines.
So it's just going to be a random discussion about films that, despite the casting, didn't quite come together.
Yeah, you'll notice one of Mines on the the thumbnail, because at the time I didn't know anyone else's. I couldn't use any of theirs, so it was like I wasn't being selfish. I just didn't know because somebody never told me.
Yes, I think that's better.
Yeah, or is it because you hadn't done it yet and you're doing your homework late?
No, I've done it immediately.
Sure.
So no deathmatch today, just a general discussion about, they say films are all about the casting, but sometimes you need a little bit more than just the casting.
Yes.
So who wants to go first?
Not me. My choices are so terrible.
I think the person who chose the subject should go first.
Okay. So what I'll do, I'm just going to read out the cast and then kind of name the film. Now, I was talking in the green room.
Can we try and guess it? I mean, name the cast.
Yeah. Right. So I was talking to the Plebeian Monstrosity in the green room, and I was saying spoiler, but there isn't any non-English language films in this list. Or for me, I desperately was thinking of some, but as we all know, foreign language films or non-English language films are far superior. So I couldn't actually think of a foreign language example. I'm sure I could if I actually thought about it for a long time.
The thing is, we don't get the really bad films from those countries. We just get
the
good ones.
I suppose. So I'll go with my first example. So Jack Lemmon, Courtney B. Vance, Ossie Davis, George C. Scott, not a huge big fan of George C. Scott, Armin Mueller-Stahl, Dorian Harewood, James Gandolfini, Tony Danza, Hugh Cronin,
I know this.
Mycleti Williamson, Edward James Olmos, William Peterson, and Mary McDonnell.
12 Angry Men, the remake.
Yes. Directed by William Friedkin.
Yes.
You could make the argument that the cast of the remake is better pound for pound than the original. I know somebody here isn't a huge fan of the original, but you could argue the cast is even better. But for some reason, it just doesn't work. Now, the script is pretty much the same. They've changed like little things. So, for example, Mycleti Williamson is a Muslim and he's the kind of hateful character. But it's pretty much the same film. And again, you can make the argument about whether Lumet or Friedkin is the better director. But for some reason, it just doesn't work. Even with, I love Jack Lemmon, but for some reason, Jack Lemmon doesn't even work. I mean, it's still solid, but it's just an example of arguably a better cast. You can argue about the better director, pretty much the same material, but it just doesn't work.
Yeah. The director, while I prefer William Friedkin, I think Lumet's a better director.
Yeah, but you can argue either way.
I know, yeah, that's the thing is like, and I think you suggest I don't like the original. I do. I just don't think it's as great as everyone else thinks it is. It's that there's a difference. I think it's a well done film. I'm just not. it's not even remotely my favorite Lumet film. It's like I much prefer. There's tons of Lumet films I like more than that one. I'm just getting harangued by Ronan that I don't like this film.
Yeah, I
But it's
haven't
just an
seen the
example,
remake.
it's not as if, Friedkin's a hack, so it's not as if it's like a hack director doing it. He doesn't make like bad choices or anything. It's just strange.
Yeah. It's
Again, pound for pound, you could argue it's a better cast, but
it's also the mix of cast. So you really need the right mix of cast and the right intention behind the casting and directing, and sometimes just paying for lots of like good people doesn't really mean they're going to jail. It's like you see it in life and anything that they spend a lot of money and you get a lot. You're paying for a lot of egos as well, and you're doing for people who want to do things their way, and maybe a more kind of modest talent actually can get more out of it. And they stick to the text and understand what the text actually is about, rather than trying to, show off and say we're doing this grandstanding scene.
Yeah.
I mean, LG Cobb, I think he's playing George C. Scott part, wasn't he, in the original? George C. Scott played LG Cobb part in the remake. Is that right? Has he frozen?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, this is awkward.
Yeah.
How this cat attacked a computer?
Yeah. And he's gonna freeze again when he hears my first choice.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I don't know what this. There we go. I'm going to remove this one and add this one. What happened?
Sorry about that. The internet where seems to drop out every time I go kind of live with people. Always at 10 past the hour. So I don't know what's going on.
Yep. So I was asking the question: is George C. Scott playing the LG Cobb?
Yes.
Yeah, and basically LG Cobb is much more of a subtle actor, and George C. Scott's more of a grandstanding actor. Even though he can be subtle, he's much more of a showy actor. And you think that's the weird thing is something like Doctor Strangelove that works really well, but something like this, and maybe it's not quite what you need. And the same with Henry Fonda and Jack Lemmon. Jack Lemmon's much more of a bigger actor than Henry Fonda. And I think going big with some films is not what you need. Sometimes you need to kind of pare it down.
Yeah, I mean, Henry Fonda in the original is very still.
Yep.
He practically, there's not a lot of ups and downs with him. He's very still.
Yeah.
But other cast members are matched kind of, perfectly. William Peterson is the marketing guy. And, he does that very well as the kind of the slick guy who opens his mouth before he really thinks. But
yeah, I mean, it's funny because I saw and I freaking did the Kane Court Mutiny, which is based on the play, not the film, and that was really good. It got some. It was his last film, and it got some bad reviews because it was like you replaced Humphrey Bogart with Kiefer Sutherland. It was like, but it actually worked for what they were doing. They weren't trying to be it wasn't like do a Humphrey Bogart. It's like just do your version of this. And it was much more measured, and it was like, and it worked fine. I really liked it, so I'm sure that was a better version of. But I'm sure that's also it's a less iconic film to do a remake of.
Yeah,
and you can do a lot more with it.
Yeah, I've never had any interest in watching the remake. It's kind of the same with like Soderbergh's Solaris, that I have no interest in watching that either, because the original is better. Probably.
Yeah, it's a different film, but
yeah, I mean, Solaris does feel it feels like it's an adaptation, another different adaptation of the book. It's not trying to be like what was done with the Lemmy Tarkovsky. They tried to do their own version of it. It feels different from an actual remake that's tied to the original script, and it's like, well, why? What's the point? There you go. I'm going to try to, fight with these the whole way through this podcast. Because my computer's not taking it's been weird with my actual headphones for some reason. So, damn computers. So, whose turn is it now? Is it my turn or is it the monstrosity?
I think it's my turn.
All right, I'll go last time. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, should I do the same thing that I'll just say the actors first and you can guess?
Yeah.
And
Okay.
this is like very easy to guess. And this is one of Ronin's favorite movies, so I'm sure that he's gonna guess this immediately. But it has Jack Nicholson, Mark Wahlberg, and Matt Damon, and
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
I think we could all, if I could rant about that film, I think it's one of those films we all kind of have major issues with.
yeah,
I mean,
but it
on
has-
paper, again, it's got a good cast. But
Yeah.
I
The
wouldn't
only,
necessarily say a great cast, but it's got a good cast.
the only person in that film I thought was acceptable at all was Matt Damon, because he was enjoying playing a total dickhead. And it was like he was the only one who seemed to be enjoying himself. And everyone else was just awful.
Well, I like Jack Nicholson, but all the other like, how do you say, all the other actors were awful. So because I hate DiCaprio in general, I hate Matt Damon in general, I hate Mark Wahlberg in general, but they are a big name cast, so that's why I kind of chose it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I like Nicholson, but in this film, he was just weird. It just felt he was off.
Yeah. There's obviously Scorsese at no point said no and just let Nicholson do whatever he wanted, basically.
Yeah, it's also DiCaprio's playing Tony Leung's part, and Tony Leung is an awesome actor who can act rings around anybody, and it's like you're not in the same league as this guy. You're just not. Like, now it's a remake of Infernal Affairs, and Infernal Affairs is a much better film. It's the best way to put it. No one in Oscar for Scorsese for one of his worst films, which is really jaw-dropping. It's staggering.
It is an example of a film that, you know, you'll see lots of 5-star reviews, and I just do not understand. I mean, there's films that I don't like, but I understand why people like them, but I'm completely baffled by The Departed because it's just awful on so many levels and so many filmmaking levels as well.
Yeah, when I came out of it, I was mad. I was really angry because I liked the originals. Even 3, which is not very good, but 1 and 2, Film Fairs 1 and 2 are really excellent films, and this one was just like shaming you for tainting. And the thing is, Scorsese's done it before with Cape Fear, which is a great original, and then his remakes gaudy and vulgar, and then he remade Silence, which is another film I really like, and he made a bloated version of it.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, it's like, why is he remaking films I adore and doing them badly? I think it's never like a personal attacking me. That's how I take it.
Yeah. The fact that Martin Sheen also had a terrible Boston accent and he's from that area and his accent was terrible, actually makes like Leonardo DiCaprio look like a good actor because he's probably like the best performance in it because he's not completely over the top.
Really, I think he's the worst thing in it. He's like so boring.
Mark Wahlberg,
I know, but
and Alec Baldwin are terrible.
I know, but DiCaprio, who I don't mind as an actor, actually, some things he's good in, some he's bad in, but this one he was just so boring. It was just like,
but boring is better than completely over the top.
But the thing, he's meant to be playing a tough guy. He doesn't look tough at all. He just looks like he would lose a fight with anybody, and it's like, oh god.
But Mark Wahlberg's job description would be absolutely hilarious. Come in at 9 o'clock in the morning and just shout and swear at everybody, and then leave at 5 o'clock. It's just like, it's so bizarre.
Yeah. It's I think at this point that this is one of our favourite films to trash. This is the one we enjoy trashing more than any other film. I mean,
But it's just so bad on every single level, and it's because it's people who are supposed to know what they're doing.
yeah, I mean that was the thing is I limited my list to people who actually had made good films. Like, I wasn't going to do a cheap shot of people who were always off. Well, I'm trying to limit it to people who have made good films, so that we can have something to talk about. But yeah, this one's a shocker. This one's really.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, you know, I'd even rather watch Gang New York, which is a bit of a mess, than this
It's
one.
even worse, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
This
that's
is-
the thing. It's we are debating which one's worse because they're both messes in different ways.
Yeah, The Departed's almost unwatchable.
It's okay. I've got a Scorsese film too in my list somewhere.
Yeah, I was thinking of having even like Goodfellas and Casino because those are such overrated films as well. But they are like good movies, but not
Yeah,
great.
they are.
Don't worry, you'll have your time to go and Scorsese again. Do you want me to be my first one then?
Yes.
All right. I'll go by the cast list and see if you know who it is. Right, it's Tom Hanks, Bruce Willis, Melanie Griffith, Morgan Freeman, F. Murray Abraham, Saul Rubinek. Any clues what it is?
Is it De Palma by any chance?
Yes.
Is it Bonfire of the Vanities?
Yes. I was going to avoid this one because I'm going to do a video on it soon, but I thought, oh no, it's such a classic case, and it might get material if I discuss it here and then claim the ideas of mine later on. So I'm good with that. But yeah, so who's seen it? Yeah.
I haven't.
I haven't seen it for probably since it came out. Not in the cinema, but so it's been a long time.
Yeah.
You almost forget about it.
Yeah. Has anyone read the book?
No.
The book's really good. The book's epic, and there's a book about the making this film called Devil's Candy, which talks all about why certain people were cast, and basically the producers cast the film, and then they left just for the studio, and everyone else had to deal with the mess of their decisions. So they cast Tom Hanks, not De Palma. They cast Bruce Willis. De Palma cast Melanie Griffith, but quite a lot of the cast members. The big thing with this one is everyone's meant to be making a realistic film, and before the film's even been shot, they've already miscast everybody in a way that's like everyone's saying that's weird casting, and then it was like just a case of them always forever trying to adapt the film to the cast for what they can do and couldn't do, and you got some real awkwardness in the acting because De Palma likes operatic acting. He's not into like realistic street level acting. It's not really his thing. He prefers the actors to really go for it, and which is good in the films that work. But in this film, Tom Hanks couldn't do the operatic acting. It's just not his style. Bruce Willis was in a different film altogether and doing God knows what. And you got some really nice shots in it. There's a great opening shot, Steadicam shot. Also, the script that doesn't quite understand what it's trying to do. And it's one of those films that just doesn't come together at all. And it's like it's a perfect example of a studio-bound mess where the studio had so much involvement before anyone could have a chance to do anything with it that, it was just like compromise after compromise. And everybody, it was meant to be Alan Arkin playing the Morgan Freeman part because the guy was Jewish in the book. They changed to Morgan Freeman to give a patronizing speech at the end of it. And there was a lot of people that phoned it in. And it was just one of those things. It was like, even on set, a lot of people must have known that this was just not going right. So no matter how pretty it looked, the casting always sunk it in the fact that they weren't following the book. They weren't finding ways out to do the book carefully.
Can you give us a brief synopsis just to remind us what the story's actually about or what it's supposed to be about?
Tom Hanks accidentally knocks down a black kid when he gets lost. He takes a turn off, the wrong turn off. He's bringing his wait, why did I have to do this? You two didn't do it.
Well, I think everybody knows 12 Angry Men, really.
So he has to. He accidentally gets lost in the Bronx with Melanie Griffith, who's his mistress. They accidentally knock down a kid, and they find out he did it. So it becomes this massive court case, and his life goes to hell. So in the film, De Palma was seen as a problem. So he was trying to make it as operatic as possible and just show up the kind of craziness of it all. And then they kept on cutting out the stuff that he was filming. Like there's a big ending scene which was operatic and crazy that they cut out. There was meant to be a riot because the whole book was about a impending race war. There was meant to be a riot in the final act of the film, and which they cut out because it offended people. And it was just like compromise after compromise. The whole idea was a white guy dealing with race, white guy having to be forced into the race wars, and it was just a mess all round. But it was just absolutely insane casting.
Was this his film after The Untouchables, or did he have one before?
He did Casualties of War in between. So he's coming off a bomb, which made him a bit more susceptible to studio notes, which he kind of regretted later on. And it was one of those things. It was like nobody did this film alive. And yeah, it's a mess, but it's a mess I find fascinating because it was just like everything went wrong. And it was basically people who'd normally avoid this kind of mess. Like De Palma was his bombs usually were he'd go too far and offend people. And this one he went the opposite way and had a kind of compromise mess.
And I take it there's no way we'll ever see like a proper cut just because they want it buried and probably burned all the negatives.
Nobody cares about proper cut of this one. This is just like getting. But on the plus side, I'd rather rewatch this than rewatch The Departed.
Yeah.
It's far less painful. At least it's a mess. That's a complete mess. There's some nice shots and there's some of the you see actors try to be over the top and failing, but at least it's more interesting than Departed. So that's my first entry.
Yes. Well, I'll do my next one. So the cast is George Segal, Alec Guinness, Max von Sydow, Senta Berga, George Sanders, Robert Helpman, Robert Fleming. This was actually the film that I thought of when I thought of this. I don't know why.
It sounds like a 50s or 60s mishmash of tons of weird actors that used to love doing.
It is from 1966.
Oh, that explains so much. That just sounds like one of those ones where they throw in every actor they can think of. Saying, "Will you do this film? We'll pay you."
It's directed by Michael Anderson, written by Harold Pinter.
Oh, I know what it is. It's the spy movie, isn't it? Is that spy?
Yes.
I've seen this one. I've reviewed this one. I can't remember the name, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's the Quiller Memorandum.
Oh, God, that's so boring, that film.
Yes, that's the main problem. I mean, you have these pretty great actors, but it is confused. I can't even remember the plot because the plot is fairly... I think they forget the plot halfway through.
Wasn't George Segal playing a straight man in this film and not been allowed to do any funny stuff?
Yeah.
And it's about Nazis and stuff.
Yeah, I think he's an innocent. It's kind of the Hitchcock thing of he's an innocent getting caught up in all of this, and there seems to be lots of shady figures, and just when you think they're the shadiest figure, somebody else, it's the man behind the man behind the man. Yeah. Obviously, as Peter said, it is the 60s spy where everybody wanted to get it in the act after the Ipcress file. But this is a kind of botched, but then it also feels abbreviated and it needed to be longer. But again, wonderful actors, but it just doesn't gel, and it feels it's either been chopped up or yeah, it's just got a weird feel. Should have been way better, but you just left unsatisfied.
Yeah, because it was the reason I watched it was because that cast and Pinter wrote it. And it was like, well, it can't be that bad. Because there's a Kremlin letter John Huston did a year or two later, which was a lot better because it had a weak lead man. There's lots of interesting things on it. I think Max Vincent in it as well. And because I've also bought up another Huston one, the Macintosh Man, which is apparently a mess like this, but I haven't watched it yet. But yeah, this one. This is the most boring Chris Fell type of movie ever. This is just so tedious.
Yeah. It's a perfect example of obviously somebody has its success with a certain kind of film, and obviously Bond was taken off as well. So let's just make one of our own, but it just doesn't kind of work.
Yeah, I think this may actually be the worst film we've actually discussed so far. For pure stab me in the eyes, get me out of here type of thing. I remember watching it and I was really struggling to stay awake and stay engaged. It is
really
the most tedious
disappointing.
film. Yeah. So I guess you haven't seen it, Monstrosity.
No, I haven't.
Do you want to see it now?
No.
Yeah, because even you think, oh, Max von Sydow appears, he'll make it better, and it's like, yeah, he doesn't have much to do either. So.
Yeah. Max von Sydow, this part was like, whenever he had time off from Bergman, it was like, do you want to do this part? We'll give you lots of money. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Do I have to try? Nah, that's fine.
Okay, Plebeian Monstrosity. Do you want to have another one?
Yeah, so this should be pretty easy to guess, but it has Joe Pesci, Mel, Ivermectin Gibson, Danny Glover, Rene Russo, Chris Rock, Jet Li.
Lethal Weapon 4.
Yeah. But I actually really enjoy this movie, but of course it's a goofy and probably the worst one out of the series and a really stupid movie, but it's such a fun movie at the same time. So
I would say number 3 is the worst. Number 3 is actively boring a lot of the time. Number 4 is insane. Like, it's like there are 10 plots and they don't really know what to do with any of them. It's just like, fuck it, let's do this. Am I right?
Yeah. It's been so long since I've seen any of them, to be honest.
Yeah, no, it's this. Yeah, I get where Monstrosity's coming from in this one. It is a complete mess, but it is kind of bizarrely enjoyable as a complete mess. But yeah, it should have been so much better than what it was. I think he should relate the plot of this one since I had to relate the plot of Bonfire of Vanities.
Yeah, I can't remember what the plot is. So.
Good luck.
I mean, the police find some Chinese immigrants in the docks, and then Danny Glover's character takes some of them in, but obviously doesn't tell anything about it. But then there are these Chinese truck dealers, this like really old guy, and then there's Jet Li, who is this kind of killer assassin, of course, and then the police have to go after him, and then obviously it ends in this epic fight with Mel Gibson and Danny Glover fighting Jet Li, and somehow they win against Jet Li, even though
I wouldn't call it epic. I'd call it epically. We have to, not show up our leading actors by how old they are compared to this guy. It's epically compromised.
Yeah, but that's one of the best scenes in the whole film series. That fight scene, I like.
I don't think so. I don't think so. But I like the scene in the when they were in the car chase thing when they were in the mobile home. That was good fun. Don't remember that? I'm sure you should. The mobile home is driving, and they're doing the fight inside it.
Yeah, I watched them back in January again. So
yeah.
Was that Jet Li's Hollywood introduction?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He entered hell and never recovered.
Yes.
And I have another Jet Li film here later on. But...
Oh my god. Mr. Jet Li fandom. I do get what you're talking with this one. It is one of those enjoyable messes It's like someone wrote this. Apparently, I've read somewhere that there was like 5 writers and they're all writing different things and they keep on changing their mind. But every plot element throughout it, and there was like absolute chaos. And then you watch the film, it's like, yes, this looks absolute chaos. And by the end of the film, the producer and the director weren't speaking anymore.
Yeah, and it has lots of kind of laughable drama about like, okay, the Mel Gibson character, like he is afraid to become a father and things like that. And Joe Pesci gives him a speech in the like in the cemetery about like his pet frog when he was a kid.
Yeah, it is absolutely absurd. It's ridiculous.
It is a bit worrying though that the monstrosity has the physical media of these choices.
Yeah, but these were the only ones. The rest I don't have. So.
Well, I've got Bonfire Vanities, so I can't say anything.
You're up next.
Okay. Well, I'm just trying to choose. Move it around. Okay, I'm going for Jamie Foxx, Samuel L. Jackson, Christoph Waltz,
Django Unchained, I think.
Yep. What a bloody mess this film is. That it's got great reviews, and I think it's better than Departed. But I think the last third is really bad. Once Christoph Waltz gets killed and DiCaprio gets killed, it's like, please stop the film, because it's like it goes way off the rails. But also even before that, there's lots and lots of like guest parts for different actors that are way too modern for what they're playing. It's just this kind of jokey riff on westerns, but you know, it's like a sitcom western, and there's a lot of like camping it up, and I mean, it's like I don't often agree with Spike Lee, but I think he's onto something by just hating this film, because I like some Tarantino films. Quite a lot of films I do actually like, but this one was just like, this is so gaudy, half the stuff. Plus, as a Django fan from the westerns, I'm like, this is not Django. This is something else. This is just a piss take. Because he's not even like Django at all. He's just this guy who is out to get his wife, and it's like Django's out to get money. That's what he's really meant to be. And it's just like Jamie Foxx, the non-entity in the film, as well. It's like there's no real character there. And so all these actors doing these speeches and trying to look cool, but it's like
again, there's a good 90-minute film in there somewhere.
Yeah, there is bits that when Christoph Waltz is good. The idea of Samuel Jackson as the kind of guy in charge of the house is black, but he's also loyal to his owners. There's some wonderful stuff there that you could do something with, but it just was left to kind of meander. And there's all those Ku Klux Klan cameos with Jonah Hill and all the rest of it. And it's like, it's painful. Some of the stuff we're getting there, it's just like you couldn't cut out half the nonsense you need to lose.
Yeah, and then you've got Tarantino turning up as an Australian.
I know, that's terrible to accent.
And the whole film just grinds to a halt.
I know. Plus, there's no reason he wouldn't get killed. There's no reason they wouldn't kill him after that massacre. And it's like, it's just self-indulgence 101. It's just like... But
then you also have to remember it's the first film to discuss slavery ever.
Oh, yeah.
Remember when Tarantino trotted that out? Nobody else has mentioned slavery before, but this film discusses slavery in a serious way.
Didn't 12 Years as a Slave come out before it? Or after? I don't know.
No, it's a year after, I think.
It was a year after. Yeah. But, yeah, it's like, what the hell? It's just one of those weird films. It's like, it's so I have no idea why this wasn't his, like, disaster. Because it was so self-indulgent. I mean, the person kept it online on the rails was Christopher Waltz, I think. I think he kept it going when there was disasters left and right all over the place.
But,
yeah,
but again, you'll see. On you go.
Yeah, but people say that Tarantino is the only guy who can write dialogue that keeps you engaged for the whole scene, even if nothing happens. Yeah.
Oh,
No other director has ever done that. No other writer has written great dialogue. It's just Tarantino. Yeah.
yeah, the scene where they're in the dinner scene. That went on forever. I felt like I was dying of old age by the time it finished.
But again, there's lots of 5-star reviews for it.
I know, I don't get this one. I mean, I did not like the end of Inglourious Basterds. I thought the end was terrible, but I liked it up to the end. But this one, it was just like, what the hell is going on? Why is this getting great reviews? And I liked the film we did afterwards, the Hateful Eight. I really liked that one. But this one, it was like, what? It was just like this disaster. So, yeah, that's the films I just don't get why people like it. It feels kind of a mess to me.
But then in general, Tarantino does have really good casts, but he can't edit himself.
Yeah. I think he relies certain actors who can do his dialogue and make it sound right, but you give it to other actors who are hamming it up, it can sound absolutely terrible.
And of course, actors love monologues, and actors love lots of words, even if it's not appropriate. So,
yeah, no, it's just because a lot of time in that film, actors are saying like 3 minutes, and you could have gotten the point in 3 sentences. And it's like, why am I watching this?
Yeah, the Bresson version would be far more entertaining.
Yeah, so that's my gripe about the Django Unchained. Always kind of annoyed me. I keep on wanting to like it, and then I see it again. It's like, oh god, I know why I have problems with this film.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a decade or something. As a teenager, I liked it, but probably not as much anymore.
Yeah.
I think I've seen his last kind of batch of films like twice, and that's it.
Yeah. I think his early career was more interesting than his later career. I think his later career has kind of been more self-indulgent. Although I like certain films. I'm not like anti-Tarantino. It's just like this one, Django Unchained, really pissed me off.
Okay, I will go next. So we'll start with Robert Mitchum. Sarah Miles, Richard Boone, Candy Clark, Joan Collins, Edward Fox, John Mills, Jimmy Stewart, Oliver Reed, Harry Andrews, Colin Blakely, Richard Todd.
Ryan's daughter?
No.
What?
No. It's a remake. I mean, I'm not...
Big Sleep?
Yeah. I'm not doing this list for remakes. It just happened that way because it does have an amazing cast.
It was Sarah Mills and like I think it was quite a few other ones that were in Ryan's daughter, and I was thinking, wow.
Yeah. So written and directed by Michael Winner. They set it in London, which is interesting. But even with Robert Mitchum, and of course the other one, The Long Goodbye that Mitchum did is absolutely fantastic. But this one just does not work. It's leaden, and again, it's got an amazing cast, but they're all in it for like 5 minutes.
Isn't Oliver Reed in it as well?
Oliver Reed's in it as well. Harry Andrews, James Stewart. I mean, but it just does not work. It's dull and lifeless. I mean, Mitchum looks as though he's asleep, to be fair.
He probably wishes he was.
Yeah. Most of the people like Richard Boone and James Stewart, and they're all past their prime, obviously. And it just does not work. And because I've got it like in a double pack with other film, which is just amazing, it really points out how bad this one is.
Yeah, I've never seen it because I've heard all the reviews. It's like, nah, I can miss this one and feel pretty good about myself.
But it has an amazing cast.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either,
so that'll be another one you won't be quick to watch, but
yeah. So it's basically Robert Mitchum going to talk to different famous actors.
Yeah, for 5 minutes.
Yeah,
and it's in London.
Plus, a remake of a great film as well, which makes it
Yeah.
even worse because, like, this is how you do it. This is how you don't do it.
But it's not like horrible or anything. It's not a monstrosity, but it's just dull as dishwater, despite the
Yeah.
cast.
It's really hard to think how you can do that with that plot, because that plot's a really good plot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, it's really fun. You look at the Howard Hawks version, it's a lot of fun. Even when they're,
Yeah.
when they're going off the side of the plot a little bit, they have a ball with some of the weird characters.
I mean, it's one of those films where you go, well, if they'd made it 10 years earlier with that cast, it probably might have worked a little bit better, but
Yeah, that's too old. And
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's strange.
yeah,
Strange.
it's a strange film.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we laugh at Michael Winner, but he did make some solid films early in his career. So
Before he gave up and just became a.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, there's lots of people who worked for him absolutely loathed him.
Yeah. Plebeian.
Yeah, so this should be easy to guess, and this is actually a trilogy of films, so I kind of include all of them here, but I'll read the cast from the first film. So Stallone, Statham, Jet Li. Oh, this one has Jet Li too. I've kind of forgot. So there are actually 3 Jet Li films.
I
No.
think you'll find there's 4 of them. There's a 4th film.
Yeah, Dolph Lundgren, Randy Couture, Steve Austin, Terry Crews, Mickey Rourke.
Okay, the Expendables. Okay, we get it.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Me, I've not seen Expendables 4.
Yeah, I've only seen actually the first 2, so I haven't even seen the third one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These films are awful, but I can enjoy them because they're. I think with me, they're kind of like what Lethal Weapon 4 is with Monstrosity. It's like, yeah, I cannot defend any of this, but there's enjoyment to be had in how like ridiculously stupid they are. Especially the first one, which takes itself so seriously. It's like it thinks it's making a drama, and it's really not, and it's like painful in so many ways. But I've seen it quite a few times.
Yeah, me too. And the second one I saw in the cinema, and again thought that it was the greatest thing ever then, because I was 15. So
Well,
Well, how
never thought it
times have changed.
yeah, I've never thought it was the greatest thing ever. But I just thought it was fun, stupid. The third one's pretty terrible, actually, and the fourth one is appalling, but in a way that I kind of enjoy because it's such bad green screen and the effects are terrible and the plot's awful and the actors are embarrassed to be there, which makes it just mwah.
Yeah, but how expensive would they have been if all those people were in their prime when they made it?
Yeah. Well, you'd Harrison Ford in the third one, and they paid him a lot of money to be there for 2 minutes. And Mel Gibson in the third one coming back to.
Yeah, and Bruce Willis and Schwarzenegger were in. Was it the second one or the first one or the second?
First and second, and Schwarzenegger was in the third one. Bruce Willis kind of gave up. He asked for too much money, apparently, and it was like, well, if you're in these embarrassments, wouldn't you want to be paid as much as possible? You're basically paying him for his name, really.
Yeah.
You're not paying him to do anything.
and Van Damme is great in the second one, and I think in the third one they also have Wesley Snipes, but again I haven't seen that one.
Well, great.
Yeah,
with
do not
Richard
mention
Cormac.
tax in the third one.
Yeah,
That was a joke about tax. So.
yeah, yeah. I mean, these ones is like, yeah, I'm definitely guilty pleasure movies for me. It's like I've got them in iTunes because I've got them in iTunes because they're fun if you're really in a mood to watch something absolutely ridiculous. But they are absolutely insanely stupid in every possible way.
Yeah, unfortunately, CGI blood just looks terrible.
Especially when they do it really cheaply, like they do in these films. I don't think they have a budget for the blood, CGI blood. Because I mean, in John Wick, you actually don't really notice it that much because they keep it dark and they keep it in shadows and things. But this one, it's just like it looks like it's just like splattered on, like it's been made by Millennium, who do cheap films, and these are definitely mega budget cheap films.
Yeah. It's not
The
that far
edit-
off from the sci-fi level, the sci-fi channel level.
They wish.
And the editing and camera work is pretty terrible as well. And the first one has this awful like grey look to it. It looks so ugly.
Even Mickey Rourke's epic scene as well. It's like wow. And Dolph Lundgren going from good guy to bad guy to good guy again in the whole film. His arc was astonishing. And
Yeah, does he not have a fight with Jet Li?
yeah.
Yeah. Even multiple
But,
times.
although Dolph Lundgren becomes the most likable person in all these films, he understands exactly what they are. He's not like trying to make it look they're high art. I think Stallone seems to think he's making a better film than he is. And Lundgren's like, and Statham are both like, no, we're not. We're not. We're paying up the check. So, yes.
Okay, Nazrin, what you got?
I'm trying to. Okay, I'll go for that. I'll go for Kurt Russell, Pam Grier, Stacy Keach. We've got Cliff Robertson, George Carafassi, Steve Buscemi. I said Steve Buscemi already.
No.
No, I thought I had. It's also the thumbnail.
Yes, it's the thumbnail. Would it be Escape from LA by any chance?
Yes, it could be. That's the film I actually have in 4K.
How does it look in 4K?
It looks a bit ropey.
The surfing scene. Yeah.
Oh, a bit ropey. I love this film, by the way. I don't care. but it's not like I'm oblivious to what it's actually like quality-wise. So I actually did put in one I actually adore, even though it's a complete mess. And yes, John Carpenter's Escape from LA. It was for about 10 years they kept on asking him, are you going to do a Escape from New York sequel? And I think he gets sick of it at some point and thought, fuck it, let's do one. I don't think his heart was really in it a lot of the time, but he got a kind of middle level budget for that period, but then he slashed it in the last minute, so a lot of the effects got kind of forced to become CGI more than probably would have liked, and they cut out some stuff that was kind of funny in the script. So they were trying to make a film for less money than they actually needed to make the film. And they had an epic backdrop of mainly matte paintings and CGI, and it does not look good. It does not look inventive like Escape from New York does. But it is kind of funny in lots of ways, weird ways, and it is taking the piss out of itself. And it does have Bruce Campbell as the Surgeon of LA. It has Steve Buscemi as the most deceitful agent ever in LA. So it has some nice bits, and it has Pam Grier, who used to be Amanda, now Pam Grier. And it has like the hero suffering down the LA to attack what was Disney World, where the villains have come together to attack America. So it's lots of weird stuff going on.
Yeah,
and it does have a fun. Yeah, it does have a fun ending where Snake actually destroys the entire world by turning the power off the entire world. So America has to survive with no power, just like everyone else. So there is some fun stuff there. It's just very shortly done. And it is a film that you can tell they didn't have enough money for. And they were probably against the gun. But it's also a very eccentric, weird film because it's John Carpenter who likes to do weird shit. So it's a delightful mess that I will defend, even though I know I'm in the minority. But I'm quite happy to bring it up.
And Stacy Keach in the Lee Van Cleef role.
Yep.
And that
With
has a
his
nice
plant.
little ending. So
Yeah, with his little plant.
yes. So it does have a wonderful cast, but it is a bit of a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it once as a kid, like I don't know, 18 years ago or something, but I don't remember anything about it. So,
Yeah, I went to see I saw it in the cinema. And yes, I have it on 4K. And
Yes.
and I
The
feel no
4K
guilt.
is really cheap. So
Yeah, I think go to the warehouse, the Amazon warehouse, because there was some dents in the 4K packaging. But I still grab it.
well, having dents is kind of fitting. So.
Yeah, I think it's perfect for this film. So that's my number 3.
Right, just to prove that I'm not biased, Maria Bello, Thora Birch, Chris Cooper, Richard Dreyfuss, Miguel Ferrer, James Gammon, Daryl Hannah, Danny Houston, Chris Christopherson, Michael Murphy, Tim Roth, Ralph Waite, and Billy Zane.
Is this a John Sayles film?
Yes.
Is it Silver City? Is it?
Yes. From 2004.
I haven't watched this yet, but it's on my watch list. I have the DVD, so I'm going to watch it. I haven't watched it yet, though.
And obviously, John Sayles, for me, his strength is creating characters that you want to spend the rest of your life with. But in this case, you don't, because it's set in the world of politics. And that's the problem with it, is the script, and which is hard to say for John Sayles, and the characters. Now, obviously, the characters are supposed to be flawed, and because they are in the world of politics. There's little kind of side paths that you could have actually done without, and sometimes obviously in Sayles' film that works and combines perfectly and it all works together, but this is a little bit too fractured for me, and again it's characters that you really don't want to spend any time with, and I get that's part of the deal, but when you're used to Sayles films being the best friends you'll ever have in your life, this comes up a little bit short.
So you were betrayed then? You were betrayed by John Sayles?
Yeah, he knew he was doing.
It broke your heart.
He did.
Admit it.
By not making politicians into wonderful people.
Yeah, he couldn't lie that much.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose Chris Cooper is probably likeable, but he's the dumbest. He's the candidate, and he's thick as mince. I don't know where they got that idea from.
I know, it's...
But all the surrounding kind of stories, there's another dead body that turns up. It all doesn't kind of mesh the way Sayles scripts usually mesh.
Yeah. So it's a missed opportunity, basically. It just never quite came together.
Yeah, I think this was the beginning of the end as far as Sayles making great films.
All right. So...
You still see it, though. But...
Yeah. Yeah, so I haven't seen it. Has Monstrosity seen it? No.
No.
It's only a 3, which is ridiculous for Sayles.
Oh, that's horrible. Well, Escape from LA is a 3, but an ironic 3.
Depending how drunk you are, it could be a 5.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever been that drunk. So
you're up next.
The Monstrosity is up.
So this is a 3.5 and not 3, but I'll start with some of the, I guess, side character actors so that it won't be too easy to guess. So Peter O'Toole, Diane Kruger, Brendan Gleeson, Sean
Troy.
Bean. Yeah, Troy.
Fucking awful.
No, it's
horrible
great
film.
I haven't seen Troy.
It's one of the worst films I've ever seen. It's terrible.
Yeah, it's not quite as good as the Iliad, but yeah, it's really good still.
I disagree entirely.
I mean, I haven't seen it in such a long time, but
Brad Pitt has a move to kill people. He's playing, the greatest warrior ever, Achilles, and he has a move where basically he's like he's almost like a dunk, like a basketball dunk, and he does that to kill people. He goes in and gets them in the back of the neck, and you just think the whole time, right, just go like this.
In slow motion, I take it.
Oh, and every time he does it every time. It's like it's not like it's even a surprise to anybody who's fighting him. It's like, oh, he's doing his move again, and then he has to fight Eric Bana, who's played Hector, and Bana has to lose the fight because it's based on Iliad. But you get Chopper versus Hollywood Star, and it's like, I don't think this is going to look realistic. I'll let the monstrosity continue. Sorry, I can easily rant when it comes to this film.
Yeah, so I haven't seen this since I was 13. So, but I watched this like once a month or something when I was a kid. I loved it so much. And me and my friend Tony often talk about this because he always tells me the story that when he saw it in the cinema, like all the people, all the women were like moaning because Brad Pitt was so hot and stuff. As actually and stuff. Yeah. Because obviously this is all about the good looking people and the fight scenes and everything, but it takes all the kind of like the gods and everything out of the Iliad and all the mystery and the interest, but makes it all about just battle and good looking people.
Yeah, it's maybe 10 years and they turn it down into about 3 months. It's a 3-month siege. It's maybe a 10-year siege. It's a bit different.
And who directed it?
Wolfgang Peterson.
Yeah. So a pretty good director. And this is one of his best films, I guess.
He made Poseidon after this.
Haven't seen that one. But Das Boot is pretty good.
Yeah, no, that one's one of my I'll rant a drop of a hat. It's kind of like The Departed for monstrosity. This one's for me is that.
Yeah, but it's such a fun movie.
Yeah,
I haven't seen Kingdom of Heaven either. So.
Kingdom of Heaven, the director's cut is good. The theatrical cut is a mess. It's because you can tell there's massive chunks of it missing. It's like, huh?
And this was the time when Orlando Bloom was getting all the great roles like Pirates of the Caribbean, Lord of the Rings, and this, and then Kingdom of Heaven.
Yeah, and he was absolutely awful in this. He plays Pirates as the wimpiest person ever. Yeah, you just want to see him die horribly. I just want to see everybody die horribly in this film. But when it happens, it's boring.
Does Achilles get hurt in his heel?
Oh, he dies eventually, thank God.
Yeah, Paris again shoots the arrow to his heel.
Yeah. The only time he does anything useful in the whole bloody film.
But it's kind of a
ridiculous. I thought they maybe missed that out.
Yeah, they miss so much out. It's like they miss the point completely, like repeatedly, and it's shot as if they're trying to be realistic. And it's like it's the Greek myths. Who gives a shit about realism? So yeah, I'm sorry I took over this one by my rants, but it was like
I think you struck a nerve.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm sure that this is better than like Nolan's Odyssey that's gonna come out next year. So
I don't see how it can. I don't see how Nolan can make it worse than that.
Yeah, but it won't have the gods or anything like that because Nolan is all about the science and no emotion, nothing can be whimsical. It needs to be serious and boring.
Yeah,
maybe do reverse chronology.
Yeah, but the thing is, maybe so this film thought maybe that's not the way to do it. But this one, so is it my turn then?
Yes.
All right, so it's Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, Al Pacino, Anna Paquin, Harvey Keitel.
Very grey film.
Yeah. Have you figured it out?
The Irishman.
Yep.
Which I still haven't seen more than 20 minutes of.
It's fucking boring. It's so boring. And De Niro is the most tedious actor in this film. It's like, how did De Niro become this boring? I know he's been gradual, but this one is like, he's back with Scorsese in a leading part, and he still managed to not look like he cares at all at any point in the film. The only good thing in this film at all was Al Pacino was Jimmy Hoffa. He's the only one giving it any life whatsoever.
Yeah, I would rather watch The Departed again than The Irishman.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like Al Pacino is miscast to Jimmy Hoffa. He's miscast. He's completely miscast, but it's the only thing that's at all interesting. and the de-aging stuff and the old men act as a young men is like it's so painful, the body language, and it's like this is so misguided in every possible way, and they're still giving it praise. Oh, it's not a great Scorsese film, and you're like, where did I miss something?
How much of it is sitting around tables chatting?
About nothing. And you're meant to be horrified at the end that he has no family left. And it's like, no, I could figure that out from the beginning the way he was acting. It's not like a great mystery of why this happened. The guy was a dick. A 3-hour film.
Is that the closing thing? Instead of the end, it's just the guy was a dick.
They could have said that. That could have been the title. The guy was a dick. Done. Saved a lot of money just having the title, one title for like half a minute. The guy was a dick. A Martin Scorsese film. Done.
So what's the hook? How do you root for?
Nobody. They're all awful people. They're all gangsters, but like they're uninteresting gangsters. The hook is we're making gangsters boring. I mean, them really boring, and it's almost like watching gangsters when they hang out to go shopping. That's how interesting it feels like. This film pisses me off so much, but not as much as Troy, but almost.
Yeah, I always tell this story that when I saw it in the cinema, that I thought that it was gonna end like any minute, and then I saw the guy next to me looking at his watch, and there was an hour left, and I wanted to kill myself. Like,
yeah, I watched it on Netflix just, and it was painful. I could just pause every so often just to go for a little walk or something around the house, just to kind of get some blood flowing, just so I could actually try and stay awake because it was so painful.
Yeah, because my dad went through a period of going, have you watched The Irishman yet? Have you watched The Irishman yet? Have you watched The Irishman yet? And it's like, no, I still can't get past 20 minutes.
Yeah. I had a film like that this year. I couldn't pass 10 minutes. But it was a Minecraft movie. And I was only trying to watch it to annoy my nephew. To tell him it wasn't as bad as he said it was. And I lasted 10 minutes. And I was like, yeah, it's actually worse than he said it was. I can't. Not even to annoy a family member can I watch this film.
Yeah.
and it's absolutely baffling to me how people like put Scorsese as like one of the 10 greatest directors of all time. And you see this list of people who generally have great taste. It might be like Ingmar Bergman, Scorsese, Tarkovsky next to each other, but it's absolutely ridiculous. Like Scorsese did nothing new with his cinema. It's basically the golden age Hollywood crime films, but more curse words and vulgarity and sex, and that's but the same formula that was done in 40s and 50s, and yeah, the same rise and fall stories about like masculinity and funny criminals and stuff. Like, it's not great cinema in any way.
But don't worry, he's working with The Rock now.
Is he?
He's making get this. His next film's about Hawaiian criminals.
Oh.
Yeah, honestly, The Rock is making a film about Hawaiian criminals with him. That's why The Rock's apparently lost all that weight, because he's making a film with Scorsese about Hawaiian criminals.
Yeah, my list has one film with The Rock, actually.
Of course it does. Someone had to.
My next one is a film I just recently saw, so it might be pretty easy to guess. I'll go in reverse order of cast. Ted Levine, Albert Hall, LeVar Burton, Giancarlo Esposito, Bruce McGill, Joe Morton, Jada Pinkett Smith, Felicity Williamson, Jeffrey Wright, Ron Silver, Mario Van Peebles, John Voight, Jamie Foxx, and Will Smith.
Yeah, Ali, okay, I get it.
Yeah, a good film. Bizarrely, it wasn't actually let down by Will Smith, but it kind of feels a bit like Black Hat in the sense. I mean, I do like Black Hat a lot more now because of the director's cut, but it does feel like it's 10 years too late in coming out, because obviously When We Were Kings has already been out, so it covers a lot of the same ground, but also it skips over things that I felt kind of needed more time. And John Voight really annoys me. But that's personal. But yeah, it's a good film.
As an actor generally, or just in this film?
Just as his portrayal in this film.
All right.
Yeah, Will Smith isn't actually that bad in it, but you always feel the actors around him would probably have been even better. But it's solid, but it does kind of feel, why did he make it? And if he'd made it a little bit earlier, it might have been more worthy is not the right word, but more kind of worth rewatching, whereas I can't really imagine watching it again.
But there's two other cuts of it to watch still.
Yeah, I'll watch them. But
yeah,
it's not a bad film, but I just kind of feel.
Yeah, I'm quite fond of this film actually. I know it's not perfect, but another thing is one of the ones I'm like imperfect, but I'm still quite fond of it.
I mean, you kind of know what's going to happen, but also you kind of, if you watch
it's
a biopic,
yeah,
I mean, if you watch biopics of people you know what's going to happen. That's why biopics aren't really my favourite genre, if you like. But still looks good, sounds good, obviously, because it's a Michael Mann film. But
yeah, I haven't seen it.
I was putting it off for years and years and years because of Will Smith, but Will Smith's not actually bad in it.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't even got to my worst film yet, by the way.
None of my picks are bad, so.
No, one of mine is genuinely bad, but I left that one to last. I mean, the last one I did was pretty bad, but this one's what when I get to it, trust me, the one I've got last is worse. But
The Monstrosity from Up North.
Yep.
Yeah, this might be worse than any on Natharine's list, but and I know Natharine has seen this, but I think Ronin probably hasn't. But I'll go with the actors first. So Ice Cube, Samuel L. Jackson, Willem Dafoe, Scott Speedman, Peter Strauss, the rapper Exhibit, Michael Roof, Sonny Mapri, Nona Gay, Jonah Gleason Connolly. I don't know who these people are.
Do you want me to stop you now and tell you what it is?
Yeah.
It's XXX2 State of the Nation.
Yeah, State of the Union, but yeah.
State of the Union, all right.
I had a feeling that was it, but I haven't seen it.
Oh,
I've only seen the original.
It's genuinely awful, but I had a good time watching how bad it was. It's excessively stupid in every possible way.
Yeah, this is like Troy, that I watched it all the time as a kid, but again, haven't seen it in like 15 years or something.
Yeah. You don't have a tattoo?
No. But it has such a fun, action-packed story and like great kind of early mid-2000s like trashy soundtrack with like bad hip-hop and nu metal and stuff like that, if I remember correctly. Yes. And yeah, but it's of course like a sequel to the first one. The first one has Vin Diesel, but here I think the plot was that Ice Cube comes out of a like retirement or jail, and then he becomes the agent, and yeah.
Yeah, it has the motto line, "You're the new XXX." Yeah. You know,
but
Shakespeare must be jealous.
Yeah, I think they resurrect Vin Diesel after this one, but I haven't seen the third one. So.
Oh, the third one's stupid as hell. It really is. But kind of enjoyable. It's actually one of those series where the first one's the worst one because the other two are so ridiculously stupid that they are fun, even though they are like legitimately so dumb you can't believe it.
Yeah, I think there's like one scene where it's a slow motion scene, like after an explosion in a bridge, or I think a boat explodes, and then Ice Cube is walking in slow motion like a badass, and then there are flames around him and stuff.
Yeah, but isn't there a massive cheesy CGI stuff at the end that's really it was terrible even then. You're like, wait, what? I remember the end. I found myself hard to keep a straight face and not laugh my head off at because it was so bad, but it was damn enjoyable.
It's interesting that Willem Dafoe wanted to be in this because these days he tends to be in those like decent movies and good movies rather than this type of trash.
Well, I think he doesn't mind doing trashy films every so often just for some fun. He's not that precious. But yeah, that's now trust me, my last film was worse than this.
I have some other
Irishman's
awful
pretty-
films as well.
What?
Yeah, I have
Even
some
worse than
other
The
awful
Irishman,
films. No, yeah.
Go ahead then.
Who?
You?
Me? All right. Okay. This one stars Paul Mescal, Denzel Washington. It has Connie Nielsen. It's Derek Jacobi. It has Pedro Pascal. And
Is this
Joseph
recent?
Quinn. Yes, last year.
I don't watch new movies, so
It's
when there are
directed,
English
it's directed by Ridley Scott. It's a sequel to one of his.
Oh, Gladiator 2.
Yeah,
Took me a while there.
this one's so bad. This one is like, this is a train wreck. This is a film where 2/3 of the way through, I took my nephew to see it, and I don't think he's forgiven me yet for this one. And I remember leaning over to him 2/3 of the way through, saying, "I fucking hate this movie," and he was just nodding, like, "Yeah, I'm going to kill you for this. I'm going to murder you for this one." But yeah, it's really bad. It's so bad. It's like the plotting from the first one to this one, how it happened, is so stupid. You're like, but that's the explanation of why this all happened. It's dumb. So you're watching it thinking, okay, I've got contempt for your storytelling at a basic level here. Everybody's boring. Paul Mescal, who's a good actor, looks lost. Like, what am I doing in this film? Why is this character got no character? Why am I doing anything for? Denzel Washington's hamming it up. He's the only person who's having any fun. Derek Jacobi's in it for like 10 minutes, and he probably wishes he wasn't. Connie Nielsen's in it for like 10 minutes as well. They screw up everything that was just sort of so-so with the first film and make it really stupid. The direction's terrible. And, there's just nothing there. There's two new emperors who are absolutely awful and annoying throughout. And just the action's awful and the ending's so dumb. Everything about it's so dumb. It thinks it's been smart, and it's every beat of it is dumb as hell. And it's like, it's almost admirable how dumb it is. It's like, you don't see dumbness per minute in most films like this one, and most of the cast just look embarrassed. It's
Is there two emperors at the same time, or one after the other?
They're twins,
All right.
twin emperors, and it's
Okay.
yeah, and it's like, and it's full of actors who have been good in other stuff. It's not like anyone's bad, but they're all bad in this film, and it's like the director can't just tell me to do stuff that's stupid. It's like, it's one of those most embarrassing films ever. I'm kind of curious to see it again, just to see if I was hallucinating through some of it.
I've never seen Gladiator. I know that's horrendous. I've never seen Gladiator anyway.
It's not a good film, so
No, it's not particularly great. I mean, it's fun because the actors are game. Really, they understand they're in a cheesy Ridley Scott film, and they're having fun with it, and they're committed to the story, even though it's a bit silly. But this one is just like stupid, legitimately stupid in every moment. It's like nothing makes sense.
Yeah, but Ridley Scott stopped caring about 25 years ago. So.
I know. This one is just an embarrassment. And I thought it couldn't get any lower than Napoleon. After Napoleon was like, okay, this is him bottomed out. There's no way he can get any worse. And it was like, well, next year I can do so much worse. It'll make you like want to see Napoleon director's cut in comparison.
Yeah, but remember, he's a visionary.
Yeah. So no matter what bad things I've said about Troy and, The Irishman, this goes triple for this one.
But then he is in the argument for the greatest director of all time when he dies. So Ridley Scott, Clint Eastwood, Spielberg, when they die, they'll all be in the running for the greatest director of all time.
I don't think Spielberg's ever embarrassed himself with this. Anywhere near this. This is not even from Twilight Zone the movie. Is he anywhere near as bad as this?
And Scorsese, of course, obviously.
Yeah.
The big four, as I like to call them.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's... I've warmed to Spielberg over the years, actually, because I think he's consistently made some fun stuff, so it's like, I'm okay with Spielberg, but I'd actually rather watch a Spielberg film than a Scorsese film, easily. But this one...
I don't want to watch films from either. So.
Yeah. No, but Gladiator 2 is just like, unless you want to torture yourself.
So you're allowed to say what the link is between the first one and the second one? Was his grandson or something?
Oh, it's this. I'm trying to remember what it was. 'Cause it's so dumb.
Spoiler alert.
Oh yeah, the first one with the kid from the first one is the hero in the second one, but how he becomes a gladiator in this film is so dumb that I can't remember. It was just basically they had to hide him from his enemies, so to hide him away somewhere, even though he's going to be emperor. So why would you have to hide him from his enemies if he's going to be the guy in charge of everything? And they take the whole film to get him back to that emperor seat, and that's the plot. And it's astonishingly dumb. And they're hiding it for half the film because I think even they know it's embarrassing. They try
Did
and
it not
make
get relatively good reviews?
I have no idea how. It just shows you how bad critics are nowadays. This one is like just woeful.
So have we got any more, or is it honourable mentions time? Is that 5?
Well,
fine,
I have quite a few still.
All right.
I'll just name a couple. One is probably more me than them. So Dirk Bogarde, Stanley Baker, Michael York, Delphine Seyrig, and Alexander Knox by a filmmaker that I actually really like.
Sorry, I was doing something there. I didn't hear the.
So Dirk Bogarde,
Yep.
Stanley Baker, Michael York, Delphine Seyrig, and Alexander Knox.
Is this a Vinny film?
No, it's Joseph Losey.
All right.
Again, written by Harold Pinter. It's Accident.
That fucker. You can't trust Pinter these days.
Again, it's probably the subject matter. It's just about relationships, but I know it gets really good reviews, but I just don't like it at all. But again, it's more a me than them.
Title?
Accident.
Accident, right.
From 1967.
Right.
And the other one is another remake. I didn't really plan on attacking remakes, but Jack Lemmon, Walter Matthau, Paul Apprentice, Klaus Kinski, Ed Begley Jr.
Buddy.
Yes.
But yeah, that is kind of not
the
that
French
good.
original Pain in the Ass is wonderful. Buddy isn't.
And as well, Billy Wilder's final film.
Yes, and it was written by Wilder and IEL Diamond. So
yeah, it was a sign they had to stop making films.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Monstrosity. What are your honourable mentions?
Yeah. Well, you're probably not gonna recognize this, but Shad Moss, aka Lil Bow Wow, Morris Chestnut, Jonathan Lipnicki from the Stuart Little fame, Jesse Plemons before his Breaking Bad role, and Crispin Glover, Robert Forster. Well, those are the big name actors.
I'm lost.
Yeah, what is this family movie called Like Mike? This basketball family movie
Oh,
that
right.
I like. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you'll find that our standards are too high for that one.
No, it's actually a pretty good family movie.
It's one of those ones I've heard of, but that's it. I've never really. I was when that was coming out. I was too busy into my cinema snobbish. I only watched the really good films, you know.
Yeah, cinema snobbish. The plebeian monstrosity wouldn't know about that.
Yes.
Any more?
Yeah, I have 4 more. So yeah.
Fucking hell.
Well, this should be easy for maybe Nazarene. So, but Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jim Caviezel, 50 Cent, Vincent D'Onofrio.
Escape Plan.
Yeah.
That's a fun, stupid movie. That's like a.
Yeah.
It's very mediocre, but it's fun.
The fact that the sequels, I think the second one has Stallone for like 10 minutes or something, then the third one doesn't have him at all or something.
I think he's in 10 minutes in both of them.
Yeah.
And they were different people, but I've never seen the sequels. I'll try to watch
No.
number 2 when it was on one of those Freeview channels, and I got 10 minutes in and I was like, nah. This is painful. Nah.
So the next one, Jackie Chan, Jet Li, then the B version of Michael Cera, Michael Angarano,
Forbidden
Liu
Kingdom.
Yifei. Yeah.
I got that because of you. I haven't watched it yet, but I have got it on iTunes because of you.
Yeah, it's such a fun movie.
Yeah. So if I hate it, it's your fault because I would have bought it otherwise. The funny thing is, I bought it in iTunes, right? I ended up going to 4K, and I was like, "Wow, I've only bought it for like £2 or something."
Yeah, these next 2 are very much like Nazarene type of movies again. So.
Oh, does that mean really bad?
Yeah.
You're meant to say, "No, I don't mean it that way," but
Yeah.
obviously not.
But yeah, Wesley Snipes, Jessica Biel, Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, Blade Trinity.
Blade.
That's come on. That's not my kind of film. I'm a Blade 2 guy all the way.
And this one has even Triple H from the WWE.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Parker Posey's in it.
I know it's a truly awful film, but it's kind of enjoyably awful because it just does not work in any possible way. And the behind the scenes is more interesting than the actual film.
Yeah, I've been thinking for the last couple of years that I should watch the Blade trilogy again, but still haven't.
Yeah.
So the final one. This is another childhood favorite of mine. So Dwayne The Rock Johnson, Stephen Brand, Michael Clark Duncan, and Sherry Howard, Bernard Hill, and Grant Heslov. Like, I don't know these names, but yeah, Kelly Hu, Peter Facinelli, Ralph Moeller. It's from the early 2000s. It's part of a franchise. The Scorpion King, the first one.
Oh, the Scorpion.
All right. I haven't seen it. I was never
Yeah, I
really
think
into mummy films.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It's the one with the terrible CGI.
I've never seen it and I never really had the inclination to watch it.
Oh, it's a fun movie.
Yes.
And I just found out that there are actually 5 Scorpion King films. I thought that there were 3, and I've seen the
I know,
3.
because every so
Yeah.
often in iTunes you get this thing, the Scorpion King collection. You're like, what?
Yeah.
There's more than one. There's 5 of them, and it's like, wow.
Yeah, I should probably binge watch them soon.
Yeah. Must have been a public outcry for them.
You know what I got? What's now in 4K? I bought it cheap years ago on iTunes, and now it's 4K. The Prophecy, the Christopher Walken film, and the sequels,
Nice.
the 2 and 3 sequels, are also in 4K, and it's like,
Not so nice. But
I know, but I was thinking, well, I bought these for like a $5, the whole bunch of them. Now I've got them in 4K. I mean, this Prophecy is a good film for this subject. Is like great cast, but the film itself is really eccentric.
I love The Prophecy.
So do I, but it's really eccentric.
Viggo Mortensen before he was famous.
Yeah, as Satan.
So what are your honourable mentions or dishonourable mentions?
I don't have any. I just did the list.
All right, that's fine.
I sent
Yeah,
you
it
the
was
list
weird.
weeks ago, and it was like,
It was
okay.
weird. I was trying to do some non-English language, but I just couldn't think of an example off the top of my head. I was walking around the room trying to think, but I just couldn't do it.
Yeah. But no, I was I never knew I was asked to do homework.
Fair enough.
I mean, there's plenty of directors who you could actually see always like, yeah, they've got great cast, but the films have just been like, eh.
Yeah, because obviously the thing is, oh yeah, a great film is 80% casting, but not always.
Was 80% correct casting?
Well, I suppose yes. Well,
I mean, that's the thing, is if you cast it wrong, or the ideas behind it is terrible in the first place, then it's an issue. Yeah,
and
but,
I often care more about the aesthetic and the themes and things like that. At least with serious films, the acting just needs to be, again, like decent enough that it's not an issue, but it doesn't have to be amazing always.
Yeah, I mean, I think a good actor will always help a film, but a bad actor will always bring it down. And it's the thing is, sometimes you watch films and it's like the actors are way more qualified than this bloody film is. It's just like it's so embarrassing that they're in this film because they're so much better than this. That's what I find more than anything. It's like you're putting so much effort into something that's nonsense.
maybe the importance of acting is more an English language thing rather than a non-English language film thing. Because the level of acting in non-English language films is generally solid. You know, you don't get terrible performances that often that I can think of. Whereas obviously in English language films, you get terrible performances.
Well, they're not even asking actors though to actually put in good work. It's just try and be like this type or that type. It's not that they're actually asking them to be nuanced. If someone's a nuanced actor, finding work is going to be difficult for them.
Yeah, they don't say to French actors, be a rat.
Yeah. Or be a cat in a Cats film.
Yes.
Although they should. I mean, that could have been on the list, the Cats film, with all those actors. You know.
James Corden, I'm not sure.
I know, but there's other actors who are good, like Ian McKellen and Idris Elba and things. They're all Judi Dench. They're good actors in a trashy film. But then I'd have to tell you how wonderfully awful it is, but how, you know, I'm happy to rewatch it.
Well, you did do two videos on it.
I did
two or three videos on it.
I did Catastrophes and the video on it, and then Dion Wynn made me do another video on it. But the second one was his fault. I was happy to leave it at that, but he bullied me into doing another one.
Yes. It's a sorry tale.
I know. It's terrible.
And I guess we could have chosen some films with like voice acting only. I was thinking about the Cats and Dogs movie. Speaking about cats.
Yeah, we're getting to see all the films that Monstrosity watched as a child.
Yeah.
Yes.
I watched that again like a few years ago, I think.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's a generational thing. Is like he's good feelings for films that I would just go, I'm not watching that crap. I'm not watching that. Because the age I was at the time, was like, no, I'm not watching that. And it's the stuff that nowadays they put it out. You'd go, I'm not watching that crap.
Yeah, we've got the Harryhausen and stuff. And
yeah. The Harryhausen had a lot of good actors at times, and the Clash of the Titans, and you know.
Larry Olivier.
Yep. Imagine him being trash. That's so unusual for him.
Yeah, I didn't actually realise Larry Olivier was the first choice for Colonel Blimp.
Yeah, but it wouldn't have been as good as what we got.
No.
Yeah. Yes. So there'd be that box set, the Powell Pressburger box set. I watched a video on it. It's very tempting, but I'm skint, so I can't do it.
Yeah, there's lots of good new stuff.
But yeah.
There's great new commentaries and the stuff with Ian Christie's from this year that's really good. That's about half an hour per film and stuff. So.
Yeah. That's it. There's just too much stuff. I mean, there's Femme Deuce is coming out, and that's one of my favourite Bresson films. It's like, well, I'm going to have to buy that. I'm actually amazed it's ever coming out. It's like...
Yeah, Radiance is continuing to kick everybody else.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I'm happy for the Lenotti Bianche because it's one of my, again, 50 favorite movies. So, and it was only available in Criterion DVD before that.
Yeah. It's always so many films. I mean, October was horrific for me.
Yeah. I think that's why Radiance just released like 3 after their massive Oshima month.
Yeah.
Where they've got Oshima and another box set in the same
I
month.
know.
And then they just do 3 the following months just for everybody to recover.
Yeah. I think the Oshima one is you see the price and you think, I just can't justify that. Especially, remember that time. So I've got one this month to get, and next month it's like a lot. That
Yeah,
point
there's another Eureka one this month.
Yeah. Yeah, it's plus there's a lot of things like we don't know when they're getting released. It's like, we'll tell you the release date at some point. And they're like, I would like to know so I can budget. Please tell me when you're releasing them.
Yes.
With Barry Lyndon, it's this floating release date. It's like, it'll arrive eventually. Can you tell us when? At some point would be nice to know.
Yeah, so you don't import an American one.
I know since I know it's coming out, I'm not going to bother importing an American one, but I'm just annoyed not knowing. But,
And maybe there's some Scorpion King Blu-ray box set somewhere as well. Probably very cheap. So
yeah, you can dream. You can.
Obviously, Shout Factory are releasing the A Better Tomorrow 2, and
But someone's got the distribution rights for Britain as well, though.
Yeah.
I can't remember who's got it. Is 88 Films got it? I don't know. But someone's got it, so...
yeah, I'm not sure. But I just read that they've found the work print for Better Tomorrow 2,
yeah,
which is longer, so that's going to be on the 4K set. I don't know whether it'll be in 4K, but...
I think it's just going to be HD. It's that thing, that's the kind of thing that makes you think, should I just go and buy it? And, you know...
And 2 months later, there's a UK one. So.
That's even better. And you think, oh, God, why? Why? So everyone watching, yeah, but we're nice and stupid here. We're well spent.
Yes, if you don't know already.
Yes. Yeah, I'm still trying to through my backlog at the moment, though. I've a backlog of books and films. I'm trying to be a good boy and not go mental on them. But I did just buy a bunch of Radiance films from that 2 for 22 sale. Because there was the Rivette film, the 4-hour Rivette film was available. And there was some Japanese films, and there was that Raymond Land film that you've been raving about. So if it's not any good, I'm blaming you.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So Radiance has too many good films. That's a real problem I found recently. There are way too many good films.
It's hard to believe they've only been going for 2 years, is it?
Yeah. They've overtaken my other places for being my most hated thing because I want to buy most of the films. It's kind of...
But please leave in the comments your ideas of great cast but not so great film.
Yes.
If anybody's still watching.
Yeah.
maybe some Rennie Harlin films. So.
Oh, yeah. Or if you just want to talk gibberish to us, we'll accept that. You've heard the last 10 minutes of this podcast, so you'll know we like gibberish. So that's us for now, then. So
Hi, thanks for watching.
Yeah. Bye.